Good morning, millennials. Happy Friday. We made it here.
Finally.
In a strange twist of events, thanks to Hurricane Florence, we are now joined by Daryn Carp. Sorry for the delay, but Daryn is a busy woman.
I am so sorry for the delay. I apologize. Claudia was texting me yesterday. I was like, I can't get out of this thing. I was actually doing a VO record for my new Auto Trader commercial, which is coming out, I think, in the next 2 weeks.
I don't think you understand how much I love your Auto Trader. How much Zach loves your Auto Trader commercials.
That's whose opinion I care about.
You know that. The first time you ever came on the show, when it was the old show, and then I told Zach you were coming, and I was like, she's from the Auto Trader commercials. He was shook. He was like, you have to ask her about the commercial. Like, he thinks it's so good, and so do I.
That's amazing.
And they're all so good. Can you give us like a little storyboard for this next one?
This next one is definitely me teasing Andy a lot more, and I think it's the funnier. This will be my third one, and I think it's the funniest of them. There's sculptures involved.
Wow.
I'll put it that way. It's very good.
I'm so excited. And for anyone who's like first time watching The Toast and doesn't know who you are and is not in tune with what's necessary, but is about to be, please, your bio.
My name is Daryn Carp. You can follow me on social media at Carpe Daryn. I host Martinis and Murder on Oxygen. I do BravoTV.com web series. But my most important main role is I'm Andy Cohen's assistant at Bravo. So I have a little Bravo gossip and all the time.
She has a lot. And you're so like good at telling us a lot and feeling like we're in the know, but also like being professional, keeping your job.
And that's the hardest part of my job.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I like can't get into trouble. So I tote the line.
It doesn't go unnoticed. I just want you to know because like you still keep it juicy. And also, like, you know, the people upstairs are happy.
I'm trying to give the people what they want to know, Jackie.
You are. And I want to get, if anyone's going to get it out of you, it's the morning toast.
Amen to that. Always the morning toast.
So we are so happy that you're here.
Thank
we have a great show for you today. Anyone who's affected by Hurricane Florence right now, we are thinking of you.
So sorry.
Stay safe. If you're traveling, stay safe. And, I mean, Claudia she was rerouted. She had to move her whole trip. Because going to Puerto Rico right now, like, doesn't make a lot of sense.
Correct.
Unless you just, like, want to stay indoors and, like, hunker down.
That doesn't seem like a Claudia thing to want to do.
No, it doesn't seem like a vacation. Like, might as well just stay here and hunker down.
By the way, can I just say major FOMO about Camp Toast? It looked so fun.
It was so lit. We would have loved it. Do you ever go to camp?
Yeah, I went to camp when I was like a kid.
Okay, because like there were some people who would, like, there's two types of people in this world.
Right.
People who went to camp and just want more camp in their life.
Totally.
And people who have never really experienced camp, who like can't even wrap their heads around what it actually, like what it is, and like that level of just like fun camaraderie that you don't have anywhere else in this world other than camp. You can't have
a color war, and I don't mean this in like a bad way, but like color wars are so fun, and like Red Rover and Capture the Flag, like that's what camp is all about. Major FOMO for me.
Color war was like really intense. Like I think some people like have PTSD. Like I look back on it and I'm like, oof, like Pittsville and like my team technically lost, but I think we had more fun.
That's really what's important.
And I'm really like when I'm in charge, like I really try to like just keep everyone happy. Like no one has to play if they don't want to play. Like it's very hard to toe the line of like we have to win, but I don't want people like to be uncomfortable.
Were there any men there?
Yes, there were 3 men. They added so much value.
Of course they did.
Oh my God, they were amazing. And they were also so good at like capture the flag. And Claudia had 2 of them on her team, and like that was a little unfair, but it's fine. It
seems like it worked out.
I feel like you're really athletic.
I am athletic. I played soccer like most of my life.
If you come to Camp Toast,
I'm on your team.
You're on my team.
Yeah, done. We don't even need any men. I'm going to be like the resident man on your team, Jackie.
Cannot wait.
Yes, strength of 3 men over here.
Anyways, we're actually in the process of planning Camp Toast 2 now. Like it's in a while. It won't be till Memorial Day weekend.
Okay.
But we're just so excited that we just want to have everything in place, let everyone like know when it is, plan to get their tickets. And just like then have 6 months, or I can't count, but however long to like just look forward to it.
Do we know where it is next year?
It's in the same place.
Same exact place.
Poconos.
Which was perfect.
Perfect. Great. And like, oh my God, it was just so fun. And you have to come next time.
I'm coming, obviously. Yeah.
Anyways, without further ado, we are going to get into the fast 5 stories that you need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast. And then we're going to just do Q&A with Daryn, talk about all things Bravo, everything that's airing right now, everything that's happened since you were last here.
Right.
And we're just going to get like the total tea. Carol can't. I can't.
I shan't.
It's all so crazy. We'll get to it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, our first story, and also, you know what, not a lot of celebrity news happened yesterday, and I'm grateful because now we can talk about some real stuff.
Yeah, let's get into like the hard news, Jackie.
We're getting into hard news. We're getting into weather. We're getting into a little bit of politics today, just because the Cynthia Nixon of it all. We have some crossover.
Fair. Okay. That feels like a pop culture moment.
We're actually getting into some fitness news and some legal news.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys, gird your loins. This is actually going to be really heavy, really heavy for a Friday. First up, Hurricane Florence makes landfall as torrential rains batter the coast. Hurricane Florence made landfall Friday morning just east of Wilmington, North Carolina, where it brought a life-threatening storm surge that pushed water inland for miles, pounding rains, and powerful winds that battered buildings in its path. The Category 1 hurricane with maximum winds of 90 miles per hour and dumping 3 inches of rain an hour made landfall at 7:15 a.m. near Wrightsville Beach, according to the National Hurricane Center. More than 60 people had to be pulled from a collapsing motel at the height of the storm, and many more who defied evacuation orders were hoping to be rescued. The powerful storm inundated coastal streets and left tens of thousands without power. Forecasters said, quote, catastrophic freshwater flooding was expected along waterways far from the coast of the Carolinas. This is so crazy. And just, I hope everyone, and I hope all the animals are okay.
Well, it's like always the hardest.
Oh
I mean, granted, yes, people, like I don't want anything to happen, but just, there's something that
They're just so helpless.
They're so innocent, and watching them, you know those commercials where it's like if you give 50 cents a
Yeah.
day or whatever?
You can, like,
I can't watch
dog
the animal
If you
ones.
give 50 cents a day, a dog can go to college.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like a dog can eat for a week. I can't watch the animal ones. I can like watch the human ones. That's sad, right? I'm like,
that is sad, but actually, no, the animal ones, I feel like we're at a point now where they're just like, they're so overdone, where it's a little too dramatic. But when they show them like in the cages and being skinned, like that, I can't.
No, I can't.
And the Yulin Dog Meat Festival can't.
No. But I thought they were gonna get like 30 inches of rain. 2.5 feet of rain.
That's insane.
In the Carolinas. I don't think we're filming Southern Charm yet, so thank God that we're not.
Oh my God, that's so true.
Because I'm pretty sure that the showrunner, who's like my very good friend, had to evacuate, and I think she's in Georgia right now, like kind of waiting out the storm before that we even start to film. So
interesting. I guess we're like they usually start filming in the fall. Everyone has their riding boots out and their Patagonia vests.
Right, everyone has to have a Patagonia vest.
Right.
I almost wore one today.
You're not allowed to be a cast member if you don't have a Patagonia vest, a Barber jacket, Louis Vuitton luggage, and riding boots.
Oh, I was gonna say, and boat shoes. I feel like that's
for
also
the men. Yes.
for the men.
Yes, and a custom pillow by Craig.
Yeah.
That is now the criteria.
Which Andy has in his office, and I love. It's like my favorite piece of pop culture art that Andy has. Has like crabs on it.
That's so funny that that's your favorite thing, like more than the bunny.
Yeah, even more than. But now the bunny has a ball gag on it, so it really fits my MO.
That took
really
a
like
dark turn at the last reunion, the ball gag.
I mean, watching a baby toy have the most sexual, like visceral sexual toy that you can imagine on it on my boss's set that's why my job is great. Yeah, that's bravo.
Anyways, this hurricane, I hope a lot of people evacuated. I saw last night that people were encouraging other people to write their name and their phone number on the belly of their dogs so that if they do get lost. And when I first saw it, I was like, who is branding these dogs?
Right.
But then I was like, oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. Like if a dog is wandering.
Totally.
Or I guess it could also just have a tag, or a collar.
Yeah, or like a lot of people do those GPS chips now, which is actually very smart to do for your animal. But like, it's just... What do you do? I mean, if you're told to evacuate, even if you were told to evacuate your apartment in Manhattan, what do you take?
Ooh.
What do you take? What are the 3 things you grab? Let's say you have 5 minutes.
I have 5 minutes?
You have 5 minutes. What are you grabbing?
I feel like in 5 minutes I don't grab any. I wouldn't grab anything. I would just run if it's really that dire. Okay. There's nothing like that important. Actually,
would you grab Zach if he's sleeping?
Oh,
okay.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, come on. You have
I need to think of anything that I have that's like really like sentimental that that can't be replaced.
Right. I mean, something of value, but that could just be inherent value, or it could be like a childhood heirloom.
Right.
Whatever.
I think maybe I just like put on my Sunday best and just walk out.
You would be like dressed to the nines.
Actually,
so you have
I would
one
like
nice
start
outfit.
shoving all my purses in my shoes and like I would stuff purses and purses and purses. But it's like,
I would probably
tough.
take clothes though.
Yeah,
like
you need
clothes or like
underwear.
a photo album. I don't really have a photo album in my apartment. Like that's at my parents' house. Like,
oh my God, and Zach always makes fun of me. Like I really don't have any pictures in the apartment yet. We also we moved like 6 months ago, but he's like such a photos person, and I'm like not a. I mean, actually, I am a photos person, but
totally.
I'm not a photo frame person. I don't know. It's just like I feel like you acquire those over time. You don't like set out. I'm gonna do my picture frames now.
Well, great, because then it's all gonna be from like one time period, and you want to like grow that collection over time.
You like get gifts of photo
right.
albums.
A nice frame.
You do a mirror photo booth at a wedding. You're looking good.
Exactly. A couple
So I just wanted to like let it.
I'd actually
happen.
probably take books. Like books that meant a lot to me that I've had since forever. I have like a couple first editions of my favorite novels. I take that. Does that make me lame?
No, that's actually like a way better answer than most people would give. Like, because anything that's like material is material, but books are technically material items, but they have so much meaning.
Right, they have so much meaning. Yeah, not like an ebook. Like I read actual books.
No,
yeah.
that's actually a really good answer.
Oh,
You're a good person.
Thank you.
I would also just bring some like toiletries and essentials like moisturizer,
Toothbrush.
Key.
I mean, as we know, your breath has to be fresh.
Right.
As you know.
It really does. Like,
Yeah.
that's the only thing that could really make it worse, except my breath is, like, never fresh because I'm always on a diet. But,
Is that true? Like, if you're not eating, like, if you're trying to diet, why do you have bad breath? Is it because, like, the acidity in the stomach?
There's two things. One, for people that go on, like, keto, going into keto, or Atkins, which is what I do most of the time, going into ketosis, like, gives you bad breath. It's, like, a thing. It's, like, just because of the, like,
acidity in your stomach.
chemicals,
like,
or the things that you're eating, if, like, it's
Okay.
just they're not cute. Like you're eating like tuna fish cheese.
Well,
protein.
that's right.
Right. Like that's not a recipe for success. And then I think for people who are dieting, it's like almost like if you go for like hours without eating, it's like your breath tastes stale, almost like when you wake up in the morning and it's been 12 hours or 10 hours since you last brushed your teeth and you haven't eaten
Fair.
anything.
Okay, fair. So gum
helps.
toothbrush, Listerine strips. Atkins is no carbs?
Atkins is no carbs. Keto is like Atkins rebranded. I guess like Atkins has a bad rap, and now people just say keto, but it's really the same thing.
What is the difference between keto and paleo?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, we're really going off on here.
Yeah.
But like, I just figure like fruits, vegetables, and like.
But maybe paleo has a lot of fruits, more fruits and vegetables, but Atkins, like technically fruits have a lot of carbs. So
Right, banana's a carb.
Right, so you really don't eat fruit on keto or Atkins, and you can eat some vegetables, but like not a lot. They also have carbs, and those are the only carbs you should be eating in the day. Like you get 20 carbs a day when you start out when you're being like really good, and that's really for like lettuce and vegetables and things that you need to like eat.
Got it. Do you have a cheat day?
I have like a cheat month week. Like I'm always off and on, but now I've restarted since Camp Toast, and I'm really trying to like do a hard month, hardcore.
Okay.
But like before, from Camp Toast and Labor Day before it, I was like terrible. So I don't ever feel like deprived, because when I'm not on it, I eat everything.
What?
Everything.
You're
like,
tiny.
Oh my God, no. I literally have the biggest appetite, and then it's like because sometimes I'm so good in life, it's like, oh well, if I don't eat this now, I'm never gonna have a chance to.
Right.
So I don't feel like a deprived person because I really indulge when I indulge.
Right, but you can't even have toast on Atkins.
No, you cannot.
Okay, so we're gonna have to rebrand the entire show now.
Right. Well, actually, or I could just have a drink instead.
Right. Okay. Yeah. The morning drink.
That's the best part about keto is that most alcohol has no carbs. Like vodka, tequila, you could literally drink as much as you want. Wine has like a carb or two per glass, but like that's not going to kill you.
Yeah, it's like the sugar that really gets it.
But it's not like like you don't have to stop drinking.
Yeah, that's fair. That's why Cheech, you know Michelle Cheech.
Yes.
She's always like tequila soda.
Yes.
That's why.
Like 0 carbs. Like she could technically drink as much as she wants.
Yeah. She does, my friend. She does.
Hi, Cheech.
Hi, Chi-Chi.
Anyways, so this hurricane is blowing through. I just hope that it's like the best it could be, given dire circumstances. You don't know like
Totally.
how everything's gonna land.
I'm hopeful that they gave enough warning for people to evacuate, because I feel like we've known about this at least for a week now.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't evacuate. And on one hand, I kind of understand that, because you're like, I'm gonna hunker down in my house. This is where I'm comfortable. This
We're
is
gonna
what I
ride it
have.
out.
But the other part of me is like, your life is more important than anything else, and you don't want to be effed. Like at the end of the day, when it hits and you can't border your windows, what are you doing? Like, get out now. Just be safe.
It's like whether you're in your house or not, your house is still gonna. You can't save your house.
Right,
Like,
you can't. There's
if
nothing
your
you can
house
do.
is coming down, like it's coming down whether you're in it or you've evacuated.
Yeah, and it's also probably a good idea never to buy property on water. Like, as a general rule.
What? But it's so beautiful.
I agree. Rent property. Never own property on water. It's just like
But
not
you
a
have,
financially
but you have
sound.
hurricane insurance.
Which is astronomical. And
Really?
even when you do, like, yeah, of course, it has to be. It has to be astronomical, because when that happens, like, you have to pay all these high premiums, because then everything is going to get completely wiped out. So, and then you rebuild and it happens again. So it's just not a financially sound investment. If we're getting deep on Friday.
Sometimes the insurance companies can fuck you, like in Now You See Me, and then you have to have a group of magicians to come and steal all your money back.
A group of magicians do that. Yes.
Did you see Now You See Me?
Yes.
Because he fucked everyone with Katrina insurance, and so they took all of his money.
But it's like that happens.
Yeah.
Like, that's a thing that occurs.
Okay, but what about property on the water in not hurricane-impacted areas? Because in New York, we don't see a lot of hurricanes aside from Sandy.
Right, of course.
It's a rarity. So
Yeah.
would you would you recommend investing in waterfront properties in New York?
I mean, yeah, I would. I
What about
honestly,
the
like,
Hamptons? That's a good investment.
it's a great investment, but when something like during Sandy, I don't know how those properties manage. Like, I just find that it's probably better to rent, so that way you're not responsible for
Yeah.
any of the heirlooms or damage that gets ruined. Your main property should never be waterfront property.
Okay.
I know you're going to invest. I know you're going to buy me a waterfront property one day,
Right. I was
Jackie.
thinking about it, and now I just have to like change my plans.
Just
So
like,
it's
yeah,
we
like,
could go inland a little more.
Get me
It's fine.
something else. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
understand.
think about something else for
No,
me.
I'm glad we had this conversation, or else that would be just a total waste.
It really would be.
Also, it was crazy how last year Southern Charm Savannah was filming during the hurricane.
Yes.
And like seeing them all evacuate, like that was so crazy.
It's very scary.
But they're not filming right now, are they? That doesn't seem right. 'Cause
I
they
don't
just
think
wrapped.
so. No, I don't think so. And I don't think Southern Charm, original Charleston, has started yet. Thank God.
I'm so ready for it though. Like,
gonna
there's
be
been so much off-season drama,
There's a lot going on.
and like Ashley Jacobs.
Not good drama either.
No. But Ashley Jacobs has been China'd from this show, which I don't know
Yep.
if you know means we no longer speak about her because it's just too annoying.
Yeah,
That's
she's
what happened-
blacklisted.
Right, that's what happened with Black China. Like, we could no longer just talk about it anymore. It was like during the Robin China when she showed us her vagina before noon, and we were just like, we were talking about it every single day, and we're like, it's just, we've reached peak China.
Right.
So then
No more China.
No more China. So then
Yeah.
anyone else after that who was getting like that, now they are China'd. So Ashley Jacobs has been China'd.
Okay.
But I've been seeing like conflicting things from all these like fake news sites, so I don't know what to believe. But either her and Thomas have broken up or they're engaged.
What? Those are the two options?
Those are the two options.
But it kind of makes perfect
Right,
sense
because
that
even,
those are the two options.
even when watching the show this season, it's like, wow, they either need to break up or get engaged. So like,
Right.
and now it's been like 8 months since that. So I hope they either broke up or got engaged.
What do you hope
You know
happens?
what? For the sake of the show,
Okay.
well, actually, no. I'm conflicted because for the sake of the show, I hope they got engaged. For the sake of Catherine, I hope they broke up because she
And
should
the
never
kids.
have to see that woman ever.
Yes.
But given everything that's going on, like legally with Thomas, I think Catherine could get full custody. In which case, Thomas can date whoever he chooses.
Amen. It's honestly about the kids for me. Like, I
Right.
want Catherine to be in a very good, healthy position, but like,
And Thomas and Ashley aren't even going to be on the show anyway.
no.
So I don't give a hoot what they do.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't. As long as there's no endangerment to the children, then go be yourself, whatever you want to go do. Go buy waterfront property for all I care.
Totally. No, so if they're not even in the show, I don't give a hoot what they do.
Yeah.
Hence the China-ing of
Yeah.
2018.
We're officially
Hence the
China.
Great
She's now
Wall
China.
of China.
Yeah. China.
Anyways, we're going to get to all Bravo stuff once we just get through the news of the day.
Okay, yeah.
The second story is really sort of wild. Julie Chen returns to Big Brother saying, quote, I'm Julie Chen Moonves, which you don't think is a big deal, but Julie Chen hosts Big Brother. Every night she signs off from outside the Big Brother house, I'm Julie Chen. And last night, after everything that's happened with Leslie Moonves, she said from outside the Big Brother house, I'm Julie Chen Moonves. Good night.
That's big.
That's big. That is a statement that she has drawn the line in the sand.
And she's known as Julie Chen. Like, no one ever has said, I've never even heard her referred to as, like, Mrs. Moonves or Julie Chen Moonves, ever in my entire television career. So for her to kind of say that, she's standing by her man.
She is standing by her man, which is just, like, this might not be the time. Like, maybe be Julie Chen Moonves when, like, he's at the top of the world and, like, the head of CBS. Like, now, but so she's sticking by him. I think that's. Wait, Claudia's trying to get my attention in the comments.
Like, what is she
And-
doing?
and
Like, you're
what-
not here, Claudia.
Okay, Claudia, what do you want me to see? Like, literally, I'm scrolling up because she keeps saying, get her attention, get her attention.
What did
this
I
better
say?
be good. This better be good.
Can you not hear me? Did I do something?
No, we'll see. Okay, we'll see.
Okay.
She knows now that I'm looking. But anyways,
Claudia,
Julie Chen
come on.
Moonves. And Claudia, like, Julie Chen Moonves, like, this is important stuff
Yeah,
here.
stop interrupting us, Claudia. Like, you're not here. Like, we don't, you know what I mean? Like, I'm taking over today.
No, totally.
Like, come on.
No, but, like, I really hope whatever I've stalled the show now for is good.
I hope it's just
Okay.
like a really fun emoji pattern.
There's a text. Read comments, look at YouTube. I am! Oh my God. This is so crazy.
She's now deliberately sabotaging you?
No, but it's like, I'm
Because when
reading,
you
I'm
comment
here,
too much.
I'm reading. And by the way, there is a short delay, but like by now she knows
No, she knows.
that
Claudia,
I'm
we're
looking at her. Oh my God, I can't. Okay, I really can't. Like, the Julie Chen Moonves of it all, like, we have things to get to.
There's a lot of things to say, though, about this because it's like, not to get a little deep, but like Hillary Clinton stuck by Bill Clinton when the whole Monica Lewinsky thing came out, right? And now it's Me Too. It's 20, 30 years later, so it feels like different when you stand by your man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's different stigmas by it. And listen, they've had a very long relationship. I'm sure that they're very happy together. For her to stick by him, you know, says to me a lot about how she feels about the allegations. But I'm very hesitant to sort of judge her for sticking by him or saying no to him either way, because there's so much details in a marriage that no one really knows about.
A marriage plus a business relationship. Like
Right.
she's also her boss, and like she rose the ranks, you guys. Like she's hosting Big Brother, which I don't watch, but millions of people
Oh my
do.
God, my mom's obsessed with it and made me
Really?
sit through it for an entire week. She was like, "We're watching it tonight, Daryn."
Did you
And I was like,
enjoy it?
Well, you know what? I can kind of get into any TV show as long as I commit to it. I did enjoy it. I mean, I watched it when it first came out. I was young, so I don't even know how long ago that was, 15 years ago. I did enjoy it. It's interesting to see the characters and, well, their character traits, the people that are on the show, because they're not playing their part, they're playing themselves.
Yeah, and it's like at a certain point, you can like try and be good for TV, but when you're on a live feed 24/7, like
Well, that's what's
you
interesting.
have to be yourself, like, or else
You're
a
going to get caught in a
sociopath.
lie. You're just going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm
Right.
not left-handed. I'm right-handed. Like,
Right.
I'm going to keep this trend going. I don't understand how you win, because I don't understand how you play the game. Do you make everyone like you, or do you make only certain people like you? I guess I just don't know how to win.
Right, and
the
I feel
show.
like none of them do. It's like just timing, luck, and
Right. Luck of the draw, like what's going to happen this week, and that's it.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of nuances. I was just like, okay, let me just see how all these people interact.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Claudia, this is
Okay,
this
this
what
is
you want to
breaking
know.
news?
One, that I have a sticker on my shoe, which I do because they're new, and two,
Well, she's doing the Lord's work. Okay, she caught you on that. That's
no,
good.
I like Ramona too.
Yeah, right.
But they are. I'm not pretending like they're not new, but I'm also not trying to return them. So, let's see.
Do they have them on both?
Yeah,
I
but
don't have my shoes are old.
got them.
Wow. Nice.
And two, she can't get Les Moonves stuck out of her head. She said she was packing last night for 2 to 3 hours, and all she could think is Les Moonves. And I have to be honest, like,
Yeah.
so did I. I was like laying in bed. It's a name. It just has like rhythm to it.
Les Moonves. Yeah, it's like a band.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like Leslie Moonves. But I agree, I mean, yes, you can't judge someone for sticking by their man, but we were talking about this before the show, and like, I feel like most women in this situation, they initially distance themselves, and then when it dies down, it turns out they never got divorced and they're back
Right.
together. Georgina Chapman, Harvey Weinstein. I don't know where they're at now, and I don't think things will ever die down with Harvey Weinstein. So I think
No.
it really is over for them if she wants her career. And like, I was shopping for dresses, and Marchesa was very much there and very much new, so she does want a career.
Right.
So she has to separate herself from the big Harvey.
Well, yeah, and I guess Julie Chen Moonves is taking the opposite approach. And maybe it just makes sense to kind of, in their marriage, let's see where the dominoes fall here, and let's wait till everything happens, and then we can kind of decide what to do with our marriage. We don't know what's happening behind closed doors, and we don't know what she believes or what she heard or what's true or what's not. So I'm just kind of like taking a step back and hoping that Julie, she seems like such a competent, smart, funny, capable woman.
Does she? I don't know her, like, truly.
Every time I have ever seen or met her, she has been nothing but utterly professional and seems like honestly like a lovely woman. I've never heard anything
you've
really.
met her?
I've met her. She's been on the show. I've never heard anything bad about her. But so I don't know what happens behind closed doors. I can only imagine she's smart enough to make the right decision for her.
I understand.
It's a very PC answer.
That
but
is a very PC answer, and you know what? I don't really watch a lot of stuff on CBS, so
Yeah, me neither.
I don't really know these people, and it doesn't affect my life, but
it's affecting the top 5 stories of the day. Though.
it is.
Yes.
It is, and it's affecting my phone notifications. All I get is like Les Moonves, Les Moonves, Les Moonves.
Well,
and
and Jeff Fager from 60 Minutes at CBS now is out too. So like CBS itself is having a lot of issues right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone, I'm done looking at the comments. The sticker is off my shoe. Les Moonves has been said now. If you drank every time we said Les Moonves, like
That'd be a great drinking
go
game.
to the hospital.
Yeah. You're already dead. You've already died. Sorry.
Just like his career.
But one more. Nice, Jackie. Les Moonves.
Yeah. And you never know when it's going to come up again.
Right, exactly.
Anyways, our third story, a little political news. Cynthia Nixon. Well, it's political. It's Sex in the City.
It's pop culture
It's
political.
It is. Cynthia Nixon loses Democratic primary for New York governor. The results of New York's Democratic primary are in. Cynthia Nixon has lost to the sitting governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo. Around 10:45 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 hours after the polls closed, Nixon emerged at a Mediterranean lounge in Brooklyn as Jay-Z's song Empire State of Mind played. Addressing her supporters, Nixon said, "While the result tonight was not what we hoped for, I am not discouraged. I am inspired, and I hope you are too." She ended her speech by thanking voters for believing and fighting and leaving everything in the field. "We started something in New York, and it doesn't end today. This is just the beginning, and I know that together we will win this fight." Well, you know what?
That's graceful.
Good for her for running. And yes, this was her first time, and she's running for a big office, and
Right.
this is her first
In a
step
big city.
into the political arena. So she's got I feel like there's always next year for her,
Totally.
or next gubernatorial, or she could spend the time between now and the next governor race, really building up her resume in the political sphere.
Yeah, and it's hard going against someone who's already had the position and probably already has the funding and already has a lot of things. I think I was going to ask you if you thought that the cinnamon raisin bagel with lox really affected her.
Was she eating that?
Yes, so she ordered she had a cinnamon raisin bagel and she was like, "I'll have lox, onions,
my
tomatoes, capers." Which, to be fair, I like a sweet salty combo, so I knew what she was kind of trying to do. Even though when you have lox on your bagel, it really should be an everything bagel or sesame or at least just poppy seed, but fine. As a Jew, I have very strong opinions about this, but that was the major story that came out 3 days ago. They were aghast. I can't and I shan't.
That is horrible.
No, they people went out. They were outraged at this.
No, that's outrageous because both things are so good and they just shouldn't be eaten
together.
Right. Oh my God.
Chicken wings and ice cream
And
don't combine.
And you know what? As someone who's trying to be the representation for New York, you do not represent New York if you're getting a cinnamon. New Yorkers are so bagel crazy and bagel specific.
And lox, hello.
Right, and it's honestly, she's with that order, she said I'm not a New Yorker.
I'm not a Jew, is what she said, which basically is I'm not a New Yorker. And
she's not a Jew, so I don't expect her to be. But a New York, even if she just got a toasted everything bagel with some chive cream cheese, lovely.
That no one would judge you. I just wonder how many people were I can't vote for this woman's clearly unhinged. I can't vote for her now because she had a cinnamon raisin bagel with lox.
No.
That was the #1 story I saw about her, and I was oh dear God, she's never gonna win.
No.
It's hard. She's an actress. I feel we all really got behind her. It was a very interesting race to watch, simply because she was in Sex and the City, which is literally arguably the most New York female-centric show. Right.
Right, but and so she's definitely a New Yorker.
She's a New Yorker. I think I saw her campaigning on the streets 3 months ago, all the time, everywhere.
But that does not a governor make.
Correct. I think you have to. And funding. You need funding.
Right.
You just have to have the money to do it.
And you need experience. So maybe this year wasn't her year, but if she's passionate about this and she has good ideas and then you know what? Patience is a virtue.
It is, and stick with it. And a lot of times it takes a bunch of rejections before you get that one, and then it'll be worth it, and you know more, and you know how to campaign. So, listen, she probably did really well for her first time.
Yeah.
For her first time. It's not like she got 3 votes.
Right. I wanted to see what the votes were, but I couldn't even see. But anyways, I'm here for it, a little celebrity in the New York sphere.
Yeah, it's
and
nice
you know what?
seeing
If she wants to run for mayor against Bill de Blasio,
I think you're all for that.
you have my vote. Okay? Anyone.
Just switch the office
Anyone
that you
has
want
my
to
vote.
Yes. You're not a fan of de Blasio.
No, we were just talking about this. Just this city is being, you step outside your apartment and it's just the city is being run into the ground on so many different levels. I don't even know where to start. And I always want to start with the traffic. I literally thought I was going to throw up when I got here this morning. I was so queasy. And it's
Because there's a lot of stop, start stuff.
stop, start. And it's just these made up rules. You can't turn here. Why? I can turn here. I know that I can make a right here. And you making me go to a different street is just adding congestion to that one street. And I don't understand, why do we have streets if you're not allowed to turn on them?
Yeah, you have to do a complete square in order just to make that left turn. I'm just let me turn left. As long as I'm not running over a pedestrian.
Right.
Let me drive.
No, and so that's just one element. And the city, it's not good. I was walking down the street in a swanky neighborhood last night and it smelled so bad, foul.
Really? Well, because of the
Foul.
garbage on the street.
Right.
I smell way more weed than I do garbage, though.
Do you?
I feel weed is everywhere now. It's it's the perfume of New York City.
Oh wow, that's so interesting. I feel like I just don't hang out in like as cool of places where people like I hang out in like weenie areas where it's just like people.
You hang out like in a high swank. I'm with like
Yeah.
the low like degenerates of New York. That's
By the
where I
way,
hang
you know
out.
what we were talking about the other day, and
Yeah.
and you are the woman to like put in the recommendation that Bethany needs to run for mayor.
That would be, and she certainly would have the funding for that.
She would have the funding. She has the community management skills, like because she has business
Yep.
skills. She did Puerto Rico. I think that's like the
She
biggest.
has the humanitarian philanthropy aspect of
right.
that knocked
And
down.
I just feel like running a city, it's like, yes, you need like political knowledge, but especially for New York City, one, you need to be a New Yorker.
Yep.
And two, you need to like just know how to like run shit. Like I can't explain it. Like
Totally.
running a big company is similar, like because this city is a big business.
And she's a strong woman. The only thing I would worry about that, politics aside, is Bryn. You know, she doesn't really come out a lot about Bryn. And when you're in politics,
Oh.
unlike anything else,
No, it's over.
they
Yeah.
they dive into every single thing. So I would worry about
So
Bryn's.
she'll never do it.
I mean, not if she's. I wouldn't never say never. Who knows? I've never heard her necessarily interested in politics. Who knows, though? You know.
But, like-
people want change, but I just worry about Bryn being in the spotlight, especially as she grows older and
Right.
if Bethany's now running for office of any sort. Like, it's going to be bad.
Yeah, and it would all be out there and all the Jason stuff and everything, and it would be messy, and she would definitely be sacrificing herself on the arc of New Yorkers.
Yeah. What about Kara Lansewell running? Would she have?
I would move.
You literally just gave me that same dirty look as on like 2 times ago when I was on, where you're like, Team Carol, Team
Wait.
Bethany. It was daggers right here to me, Jackie. Like, that's how it was. And you're the nicest person I know, so now I feel like,
I just,
oh,
like-
you hate me. Great.
No, I love you, and I know you're Team Bethany now, and that's all that matters, you know?
Right. You changed your mind now. Right, of
But
course.
like Carol, I mean,
I'm just saying she's a reporter. She's smart. You know, she had her hand in political things. I'm just tossing it out there as an idea. I never even heard her talk about it, but you are not for it. You're not here for it.
I'm not here for it. Like, I would rather have Sonia run for mayor. What she did to that townhouse, she could do for this city. We could be
Which is
rented
the
out for
most
$30K a
important.
month, $32K.
I love the politics that are happening in your
Right.
mind. Yeah, I want to see Jackie O's political world, like Sim City, but your.
It's only fun
Yeah.
with New York for me because I feel like I really understand the city, and like I'm definitely very green and like very young, and I have a lot
Yeah.
to learn. But like, let's see where I'm at in 20 years running for mayor.
Let's see. Oh, let's see the morning toast in year 20. Let's see. Well,
Right.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I would vote for
I'm
you.
taking notes now.
Yeah.
I feel like I would be a good mayor. I don't know. It's a lot like on my plate, and I get really stressed out. But we'll see.
We'll see.
Maybe the city will need me by then. But
Never
in the
say
meantime,
never.
I think Bethany would be great. I think Andy would be great.
I mean,
And what he's done for the West Village.
oh my
and
God,
the
Jane
trash
Street. I know. He's always like, I'm basically the mayor, and
he's the mayor of Jane Street for sure.
100%. And he's made videos, and I had so many articles came out the next day, like, is Andy Cohen running for office? And I was like, if Andy runs for office, this will be the best thing ever.
But
Like,
it's not that far fetched. Like really.
it isn't. I mean, he gets involved. I don't think he wants to be in the political world because it is so much dirtier.
nasty.
That it's so much nastier
Yeah.
than anything that could ever happen on television.
Right.
It is a nasty place, no matter what side you lie on. But I do like him kind of being this like street local authority on trash and cleaning up buildings. I always want him to be like, can you come to my area where I live? Because I've got some grievances, like construction happening all the time. He gets shit done. He
He
gets shit done.
does. Honestly, here for it. I'm really just here for anything just to change. We got to shake it up.
Yeah, I'm down
shake
for
it up
shake up.
Chicago.
Yeah. Ooh.
Starring Bella Thorne and Zendaya. Okay, this next story is like really crazy.
Yeah.
Fitness bike maker Peloton accuses rival Flywheel of stealing its technology. Peloton Interactive Incorporated, the maker of popular at-home fitness bikes, is suing Flywheel Sports for allegedly stealing the technology that pipes cycling classes into your user's home, the latest sign in the intensifying competition for boutique fitness systems. Peloton claims in a lawsuit filed Wednesday in U.S. District Court Marshall in Texas that Flywheel, known for its brick-and-mortar studio classes, created a copycat of Peloton's bike using the company's proprietary patents. The Fly Anywhere bike, Peloton claims, uses the same technology to display live and archived cycling classes, track rider performance, and compare at-home riders' performance to others. Okay, like I know this is about Flywheel and Peloton, but
Right.
like reading this, I can't help but think about Instagram and Snapchat. Like, how can Peloton sue Flywheel, but Snapchat can't sue Instagram for stealing their entire idea?
Well, this is where it kind of becomes, not to get all Shark Tanky, but this is where it becomes really difficult because in that article you said that there's proprietary technology that they have a patent for. So if Peloton, and I don't know the answer to this, but if Peloton had patented a certain way to view classes and a certain way to view your instructor, like they can sue anybody.
Yeah.
And that could just be like forward facing screen and
Right.
slide comes on to show you what Jackie's biking at and what I'm biking at. Then they can, if there is a patent for that. It seems kind of weird to have there are so many different patents. And
I mean, if you watch Shark Tank, like you can really have a patent for anything, and then that's really just how you make your money. It's not even that your product is good. It's just people steal it and they just pay you in lawsuits, and now you're a company.
And that's unfortunate, right? Because I also feel like it stifles innovation when you have so many patents. It's like you can't like a certain high heel. You know what I mean? Like you're stifling innovation. However, it's a good point of like why Instagram. Like there's so many online classes. Like if you look up YouTube, you could probably just type in like Peloton class and get it right then and there. So with technology like that and internet classes, I don't really know.
Like how original proprietary it is.
Yeah, I just feel like the separation should be in the instructor. You know what I mean? Like if you love a certain SoulCycle instructor, you're going to go to her and not go into like a Peloton class. And maybe the types of workouts that you do should vary it, but it's really hard to say like, you know, how many at-home workout things are there? Like, I work out at home all the time. I've used, like, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different things.
DVDs. This goes back to the 80s. Aerobicize, Kim Kardashian, like, booty. Kenya Moore.
Phaedra Parks with the little donkey booty.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's really hard.
It's a tale as old as time.
It really is a tale as old as... It's very Beauty and the Beast. So I'm curious to see what they patented. And how they could get away with it.
And what the ruling is, because I feel like this will set a precedent, you know?
Right, totally, because...
One way or the other.
Right, because what if it's like a boxing, like Peloton, but in boxing, so if you have to buy like a bag, and then there's like technology in that where you can look at the, you know, it says like your punching speed, what is the difference between Peloton and that? Like, is it just that it's a different type of workout? I don't know.
And also, technically, Flywheel was the one who started competitive cycling, like where
that's the first thing I heard about.
Right.
Flywheel.
So Peloton did this at-home instructor cycling, where you also are competitive and you feel like you're in a class.
Right.
But Flywheel started the competitive leaderboards class.
Totally.
Which seems so fucking stressful. I've never been to a Flywheel
Do they
class.
also do that in SoulCycle? Don't they?
No.
They
SoulCycle
don't
is every man for himself. I don't know how. I don't even know like what my resistance is against someone else's. Like I'm focused on myself.
And they don't have a leaderboard or anything?
No.
Okay. So yeah, that stresses me out.
So like it goes both ways.
That stresses me out.
I'm curious to see what the ruling will be.
Yeah, me too. I wonder what they could have possibly patented. I'm curious about that.
And like just the Shannon Medore of it all on her Peloton bike that David got for her and then took back.
I know, which is, I'm like, you literally called her fat every single day.
Right.
You know, you want her to work out and then you take it back. But also not everyone can afford a Peloton bike. Like they're a couple thousands of dollars. So it's weird that they would be suing each, like it almost feels like they should go into a partnership. Like you want brick and mortar, you want to go classes, go to Flywheel. But if you want to work out at home and you want to do that, they should incorporate themselves into each other.
Right. And there's less Moonves to be made.
Yeah, there's
less money to be made.
There is much less Moonves to be made.
Drink.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or die. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm ready. I'm here for it.
We'll keep you posted on the legal updates of
Yeah,
that
I'm
story.
curious.
And this next story is exciting, interesting. Just love a little branding merger news.
Okay.
Hershey's buys Pirates Booty to double down on healthy snacks. Hershey's is increasing its bet on healthy food. The chocolate maker announced on Wednesday that it has agreed to acquire Pirate Brands, which makes Pirate Booty, Smart Puffs, and Original Tings, in order to expand its healthier snacks portfolio. B&G Foods will sell the suite of snacks for $420 million. Wow, good for them. I remember when I was eating Pirates Booty, like out in these streets, because like we always had to eat healthy snacks growing up. And then I saw like in Star Magazine, like there was like a product placement, like I don't know, Gwyneth Paltrow, one of those people was eating Pirates Booty with her kids, and I was like, am I Gwyneth Paltrow?
You were like, I am so Paltrow right now.
Totally.
Pirates Booty, though, doesn't taste healthy. That's why I like it.
I love Pirates Booty.
It's so delicious. You're like, I'm glad that it's healthy because Smart Food popcorn, although is like so good, I probably know it's like terrible for you. So I love Pirates Booty and what it did. I could eat like 5 bags of those in one sitting.
Me too. Like even when I'm being healthy, that's like my cheat snack, but I don't even feel that bad.
Yeah.
You know what I've also been eating a lot of recently? Skinny Girl popcorn. Very good.
You like it?
The portion size bags, the portions that the bags come in are
Yeah.
very good. They're not like too small, they're not too big.
Yeah.
And I feel like I had like a normal serving of popcorn.
Have you ever had Quest protein chips?
Quest
Yeah, they make a lot of protein bars for like working out.
Quest, I've seen the brand.
Yes, where they make these protein chips. I don't even know where you can get them online. One of my friends gave them to me, and they're like very light. They're not even made out of chips, and the entire bag is like 40% protein for your day. It's insane, and it's not like you're eating like fried potatoes. It's like baked in the way that it pops up, and it's delicious and light, and I think you'd probably like it. I don't know if there's like some anti-Atkins thing in there, but you should at least check it out.
I will
it's
check it out.
40% of your protein.
That's so interesting. I need more protein. Like I'm cramping up left and right. And I'm bruising so easily.
Oh.
I got crazy bruises from Camp Toast. They were so weird.
We
They
have
were
delicate porcelain skin.
They were the most intense looking bruises I've ever had, but they don't hurt to the touch. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that is weird.
I think it's just like, I don't know. I need more iron.
Those
need more
toasters
protein.
really like killed you.
Yeah, actually, it was technically Claudia that almost killed me,
well,
but
she gets competitive.
yeah.
Yeah, she gets competitive.
Competitive golf cart driving.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think this is really exciting. Good for Pirates Booty. I mean, they've been out here in these streets, like trying to make people healthier for years now, and I'm glad that it is paying off for them. And now they just got 420 million. Let's go out and celebrate.
Yeah, let's do it.
Where are we
420
going?
feels specific. Yeah, it feels very, well, let's go to McDonald's and just like be healthy.
Right.
That seems fun. But it also was like, there's probably 3 companies that own every single snack.
Right. Hershey's, Campbell's.
Right, and like, I don't even know,
Frito-Lay.
Mars or Frito-Lay.
Mars,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm like, I don't even know who runs that, but it's nice that people are doing more of a healthy initiative at a good price, because that's the problem, is usually it's so expensive.
Right.
Yeah, Pirates Booty is good.
Pirates Booty's good. Pop Chits are good. Baked Lays are good.
I forgot about Tings. When you just said it, I was like, are those a triangle ones?
I don't know. I don't eat those.
Ugh, I gotta
if they
look
don't
it
sell
up.
them at CVS, I don't have them.
You're not, yeah.
Or on peapod.com, waiting for my grocery delivery
You're
later
a
today.
Peapod girl?
Yes, it changed my life because mostly when I go grocery shopping, I want drinks.
Yeah.
Like I like to have a fridge full of drinks. It helps me like stay healthy. But I can't carry anything like from the grocery store, even when I'm not buying drinks. Like carrying all the groceries, I can't do it. So this is delivery, and it's like really well priced. It's owned by Stop and Shop, so it's like you're getting good prices for your groceries. They deliver to your door, and it really has helped me. Like, or else I just wouldn't have groceries in my
What's your
house.
number one drink? Like when you open your fridge, what's like the thing that you're going to?
Probably seltzer because it'll hydrate me and also be tasty. But then also I love a good glass of cold iced tea.
Ooh.
Diet ice, like Diet Arizona.
Here for it.
Yeah.
Here for it. A little half and half, a little half lemonade, half iced tea. Arnold Palmer, I'm in for it. What is your favorite brand of seltzer? I'm very particular about my seltzer. I've been drinking seltzer for like 25 years.
Well, right now, I go, like, there's some that I like, and also I never even finish a bottle of seltzer. They need to make seltzer bottles that are smaller, because once it's open for an hour, it's like flat.
You mean the liter bottles?
Like,
yeah.
No, or even just like water bottle. Like they just need to make like miniature seltzers, because I never need that much seltzer, because I just need that initial quench.
Yeah.
But right now, I really enjoy Poland Spring Lemon. But then I also like Clear Splash, the flavors.
Okay, all right. Not a La Croix girl?
Not a La Croix. Not a La Croix,
whatever.
girl.
Okay.
I like Pellegrino. I like Perrier. Those are the same, and they're fancy.
I'm a vintage girl.
I was about to say vintage. Those keep the most fizz, I think. They're so fucking fizzy.
They are so fizzy. I mean, there's like 5 milligrams of sodium. You have to like check. Even though it's 0%, you always have to check. But they are, the cans of vintage, you will never get a better thirst quencher than a can of vintage seltzer.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I need more vintage. I don't know if they sell them on Peapod. I'll have to check. Anyways, now it is time to pick your brain.
Okay, let's do it.
To get the real scoop and the tea on what is going on in the Bravo community, in the NBC community even.
I feel like we related almost every single of your stories back to Bravo.
Right, and so now, like, I'm done holding myself back from talking
Yeah,
about
stop,
it.
like, right, exactly. Like, un-China yourself and just let it rip.
Right.
Yeah.
Here we go. First up, New York reunion, the
Yeah.
most recent. You haven't been on since the reunion taped. You told us it was going to be explosive. You did not lie. And I just want to say, I want to thank you and the whole Bravo team for putting a lot of the meat in the first reunion.
Yeah.
Because I know sometimes you drag it out to the third because you want people to watch, but it's like, I'll be watching the third reunion even if they're just talking about, like, even if they're just sitting around braiding their hair.
I would never not watch a part of a reunion from a show that I've literally invested 6 months of my life in.
And it's like, yes, the big conversations are important, but sometimes they're interesting nuggets. Like Bethany's facial expression when she's watching the package of Tinsley and Scott, I thought was so cute and sweet, and there's no beef between them, and like that was important for me to know.
And it was genuine.
It was genuine. She was so happy for her and wants the best for her.
I feel like my favorite moment, I think this was in part 3, you might know more, when Bethany and Dorinda like apologized to each other after Are You Drunk or A Drunk, you know, when there was that whole thing.
Yes, her one regret of the season.
Her one regret of the season. And Dorinda, you could tell, was just like so touched by her apology. And that's all it takes. Like, that's the thing.
She was less Moonves.
She was very less moved. Bethany and Carol, though. That's the end of that friendship.
What was Andy's reaction, his real reaction to Carol telling him he's full of shit and that he's scared of Bethany?
I don't, I didn't talk to him after because I like not to bombard him too much. But listen, I don't think Andy has a really good head about his shoulders. He takes everything in stride, but I don't think anyone wants to be said that they're full of shit, especially when he's not full of shit.
Right.
And he's just trying to explain, he's always, I think, tried to toe the line and be devil's advocate and be like, okay, well, but this timeline on Bethany's phone says this. Like, I'm not trying to say that you're wrong. I'm just being like, well, it says 11:45.
And you're bringing in screenshots from someone else's phone. Like, this is from the horse's mouth.
Right, exactly. So when he got called
like,
out, I think
hers
he
are
was
a primary source.
Yeah.
Yours are a secondary source. And for a journalist, writer girl, you should know the difference.
Wow, you should have been at that 3-part
I'm a history
reunion.
major. Like, don't fuck with my sources.
You're all about the receipts, Jackie.
I'm all about the receipts, and I'm all about primary sources.
Of course, you have to have it. I mean, this is why journalism is like the way that it is today, because people will be like, oh yeah, I read this on like da-da-da-da-da.com. I'm like, yeah, that's not
and
a real
like, you
site.
took like 3 bullet points, but I need the rest. I need all of the bullet points because it's called context, sweetie.
You need the
Look
history
it up.
and context. I love how heated you are, even like weeks later. And I think with Andy, like, yeah, he's a journalist in that way, you know what I mean? I mean, he certainly knows how to report on a story. He worked in news forever, so he gets the idea of history and context. But I don't think anyone likes to be told they're full of shit. What's funny is that I feel like the audience and the Twitterverse and the fans were more pissed off than him. They were like, you don't say that to Andy. Like, he was in the mafia. You insulted this, mob boss.
She did, and she is paying the price for sure. And it's like, Andy, I'm sure, is just cool, calm, and collected, and it's just like, you're fired.
Yeah, no,
Moving on.
No,
but like, she could be. If that's what he had wanted, like, he has like, he's her boss. Like, if intern Snitch told me I was full of shit.
Snitch is getting yourself in ditches.
Well, then
if I've learned one thing from Martinis and Murder.
Right. If she said I was full of shit, I'd be like, Snitch, like, that's not nice because you're my sister. But then I would also be like, watch what you're saying. Like, this could be your last day. Yeah,
and I think for Andy, it was just like, hey, even if you think that I am, don't use that. It's never a good look for anybody to say that. Even if it was right, it just doesn't make her look like an adult or presentable. And I think that was really his point.
Yeah, I totally agree.
But the reunion was worth it for you.
The reunion was definitely worth it for me.
Good.
A lot of like loose ends were tied up. It was just unfortunate that the news came out about Dennis's passing like the week before part 1 of the reunion. So much has changed since the reunion, even though
that happened like 3 weeks after we even stopped filming.
Right.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even like that much time has passed because I really felt like we were up to speed. It was just like, bad timing, obviously, and just a horrible thing to have happened.
Bethany.
So it's like on the one hand, I felt so bad for Bethany on the reunion because like she was already going through so much, and it's like just knowing where she would be at now. It just like I felt for her. Truly.
Oh my God! And I haven't seen anything or her come out about anything. I haven't been keeping as much in touch with it as I have because I felt like the Dennis thing kind of fell by the wayside because there was just so much that was happening, unfortunately. But that's devastating. That's horrible. No one wants that to happen.
Totally. But I'm also kind of like glad that all of this like has kind of made the Dennis thing like less of a topic of discussion because like he really was a private person and his family seems to be very private. And
Bethany was private about him.
Right, exactly. But it's like we're just also like tell us
hungry for it. Of course.
Right.
Yeah.
But so it's almost like everything works happens the way that it should, and timing is everything. But the reunion happening at then it's just like fresh news to talk about all this Luann stuff. Luann on Watch What Happens Live.
Yes.
I have to be honest. So I watched part 3 and then I immediately watched What Happens Live, and I just felt like she wasn't taking it seriously. I can't explain it. Like I didn't feel like we got like a reunion version of her. I feel like we got like a Giovanni Cabaret, like she never went to rehab the second time version of her. And it's like
interesting.
I needed a little bit more seriousness about what happened.
Right.
And
you needed like a heartfelt moment of her to being like, yes, the cabaret show was amazing, but this is also what I'm going through and it's very serious.
Right, and it's like the way that she was after she went to rehab the first time, like I would have appreciated that after the second time, and also more of a reunion tone to it, because it was very like, Watch What Happens Live, like fun, funny.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know, I can't explain it.
You wanted less Giovanni in that.
And I also thought it was gonna be a one-on-one, which is always more serious in nature.
Oh my God, I remember when I remember the Teresa Joe one-on-one with Andy. Like they're always so
intense.
They're like
the
journalistic
one-on-one?
report. Everything about it. I just I love how Andy does those things.
Right.
I love it.
I thought that was the vibe. So I was just like, oh, Jerry O'Connell, Giovanni dresses, this is fun. but I didn't get what I felt like I needed, you know? And
Okay.
and I felt like Luann, like when she was responding to stuff, she would like just have like a one-liner.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, well, she'll be like, I wasn't at the Beekman this summer. But it's like, maybe it happened on June 20th and technically it wasn't the summer.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Right.
So I didn't feel like, and the other women weren't there to be like, yes, you were.
She was like obfuscating the details, it seemed like to you. Or the other women weren't there to call her out, so she could kind of just get away with what she was saying.
Right.
Yeah, it's also got to, on the flip side of that, it has to be really hard. I mean, granted, yes, it's what you sign up for, but having your whole life and going through this really, really traumatic thing with, 8 other ladies just kind of coming at you for it, and you have to talk to Andy about it, and it's a live show, it's probably a lot of pressure for her, so she might not have known what to say.
Right.
And she didn't want anything taken out of context because she's really in the limelight. She has children.
Yeah.
I could see it being very, very difficult.
I could see that too. And also overall, I'm loving her. This was her season. The friendship that she has with Bethany and Sonia as well is just everything I didn't know that I needed.
Totally.
And there was a video that one of the Morning Toasters posted in the group the other day of Bethany, Ramona, and now the new housewife, Luann, Ramona, and the new housewife, Barbara, all at Macy's supporting Bethany's Skinny Girl Jeans line.
Right.
And
Which is fun to see.
So fun to see.
Yeah.
And I love Luann and Bethany just like supporting each other, and Luann saying that Bethany and Dennis like helped her with a lot of her legal issues in Palm Beach. I'm here for it.
I'm here for it too.
And like
there's
the other
sisterhood
women,
in that.
the other women, like they came into the reunion thinking that like they were the shit, the dream team, as Carol said, which like only Yolanda Foster can say. And they lost.
Yeah.
They won the battle, but they lost the war.
They were basically you in the color wars, and then everyone else was Claudia because she had 2 guys on her team, right? If we're bringing it back to Camp Toast.
Yes, but I'm no Carol.
You're no Carol.
I'm more of a Sonia. I would say I'm the Sonia.
Really, that's you
I'm the
identifying?
straw. I'm the plastic straw that stirs the drink.
Yes, of course you are.
I think and her look on the reunion. Who did you think was best dressed?
Oh my God, that's really.
The Watch Robin's Live voters said Bethany, but Sonia was number 2.
Yeah, Bethany had that like ponytail thing, which was a little interesting. I mean, I thought Sonia looked really pretty, and she was also wearing her own dress, which I really liked, and I liked Dorinda's hair. I actually thought Ramona looked pretty classy, though. Just as like in terms of just a look,
Yeah.
I liked it. It wasn't egregious. It wasn't. Sometimes with Tinsley, like you never know what you're gonna get, which is always really fun.
My problem with Tinsley is like I love her style sometimes, but she also just buys everything off the rack that's self-portrait and Allison Olivia, whether it's good or bad. And this is now we're 0 for 2 on reunion dresses. Like that dress, no.
What was the
And
first
Zimmerman,
one? It was like a
she
blue.
also fucks with.
It was
the
like
blue self-portrait toddlers and tiaras.
Yes. It was very prissy. It was very queen and royalty.
That's nice of you to say, but
Well,
it was a lot.
I mean, look at my style. Like, I should not be talking. I would wear a suit because I would just want to get it over
And
with.
honestly, you would look amazing.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Well, it's just like black
Kourtney
suit.
Kardashian at the Great Gatsby themed Kris Jenner birthday party. Done.
That's me. That's
Done.
what I would go at.
How does Andy feel about Carol selling her used underwear on Poshmark? Did you see this?
I did not see this.
So Poshmark is like a resale site.
Yeah, I use Poshmark.
Me too.
Yeah.
And Carol's actually been on it for a while, and she sells a lot of her clothes. And I like when I used to do it a lot more than I do now because it's just a lot of work. And I would always see her stuff. And like she obviously like has great fashion. That's all she cares about. If you ask Bethany.
Yeah.
So she was selling some of her clothes, but now
I'm
the
surprised you
news
don't buy it
story-
and then just burn it just for spite, Jackie.
Maybe her underwear would burn, but no, clothes, those are precious.
Yeah, there's what you're saving from the fire or the
Right.
flood of your apartment.
No,
right?
actually, none of my clothes, I would say, but my handbags and shoes, like they're just, and they're all like one would be like a birthday present. It's just all emblematic of
memory.
like a time in my life.
Totally.
But anyways, now she's selling her lingerie on Poshmark, and I'm glad this hasn't reached Andy.
I don't know if I would buy lingerie on Poshmark.
I would definitely not.
Lingerie is one of those things where it's like, you want it new. Just to me, like, I want it fresh.
I want it fresh. Even if you never wore it, it was sitting in the drawer with your other lingerie that was hopefully worn.
Yeah, there's pheromones that could have passed through. I'm just too OCD to buy anybody, let alone Carol's, but anybody's underwear on a retail site. Like, just, I want the tag fresh package.
And you know, Victoria's Secret, like they do a really nice job. It's not so expensive. Like
it's like 5 for $25.
I'd rather have new Victoria's Secret than used La Perla.
Well said.
Words to live by, you
Words
guys.
to live by.
We spoke a little bit yesterday with Claudia about the new housewife,
Yeah.
Barbara. Claudia has met her. She went to the Countess and Friends with her and really likes her, really enjoys her.
Oh, good.
So we are excited about it. I personally didn't feel like we needed a new housewife.
Okay.
But I'm here for it, and like I hope she has some really big shoes to fill and a lot to like live up to. It's hard to get into that group, as we're now seeing on OC, which we'll get to in a second.
New York is tough. New York is a tough, and anyway, it's just a tough city. Like the OC, I mean, we'll get to it, but like they always say that like Shannon hates a new girl. They're always like, oh, Shannon's always gonna hate the new girl. Like, doesn't matter who it is, like Shannon's gonna hate her.
That's hilarious because like Shannon was the new girl not very long ago.
Right, which is funny.
And she's like a wacky woman. I love her, but like she's
Shannon.
not like
They're so
the
nice.
most affable all the time. So like she should be giving other people a chance. She is doing to them what Heather Dubrow did to her.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of like this. I don't want to say hazing because it's obviously not violent or anything like that. They're not doing anything illegal, but it is a little bit of like this initiation process, being like, you have to come to us.
Right.
We are not going to you.
Which I also understand because like some of these women have been there from the beginning, but a lot of them like have spent years like really making the show what it is, like giving their whole lives for the show. And it's like, you get to come in at our peak right now.
Right.
Good for you, but you got to earn your stripes.
Amen.
And I get that. So that's why I look forward to seeing how she does and how she's able to integrate in the group. And I hope she really is friends with some of the people going into it. That
Right.
always helps, as opposed to bringing in like a rogue woman.
You need to have
and being like, our kids go to piano class together.
Right. There has to be some natural integration. You have to have had friends before, or childhood friends, or friends of friends. There has to be something natural. You can't just like drop anybody in.
Right.
And
especially
that's a huge
with
part
such
for us.
a close-knit group who've been through so much together.
Yes.
Like on a newer show like Dallas,
Yeah, or even Potomac, like it's easier to do. But when
Yes.
we're in like season 9, 10, 11,
there's history.
there's so much history to go in.
And that is why I'm here for the bringing back of old housewives, but not Lydia McLaughlin.
And you really don't like her.
I really didn't like her this season. And it's like, I should, because she's so cute and like peppy and spunky, and her mom, but like, I just saw, like, yes, she thinks she's the friendship whisperer, but she was like really excluding Shannon.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that was cool, especially that last year was the hardest year of Shannon's life.
It's horrible. I'm actually so proud of Shannon to see how she is now, especially with her new food line.
Totally.
And I was just, literally before I came in here, I was like scrolling through my Facebook or Instagram, and I saw these like sponsored posts by her of her talking about this really, sensitive issue. She was, 40 pounds overweight or however much it was, and she really fought to get it back. And it's truly inspiring, and she is so down to earth. I love the OC girls. I just love them. I love them, love them.
I like some of them, but like this, like, and I'm not caught up on this season, and it seems
Okay.
like next week's episode is like really good because Kelly starts shit with Vicky,
like-
which I've been waiting for.
Do you like Gina? The one with the accent?
Okay, well, first of all, Emily looks like a Gina, and Gina looks like an Emily.
Yes,
so it's
I
very
confuse them.
confusing.
I know.
And also, Emily looks like Chessie, so it's just there's so many names floating
She
around.
really does look like Chessie. It is.
But Gina doesn't look like a Gina. She looks like Emily looks like a Gina. It's really confusing. So
I looked up her husband the other day, or I think maybe they're getting a divorce. I looked up him. He's super cute.
Really?
Super cute.
Well, she's really cute. She has some like
She's really
weird,
pretty.
She has some weird looks, like in her testimonials. But I appreciate the taking of a chance, and I would never shun anyone for like going hard on a glam and like sticking to a look.
Totally. I just like her attitude.
I like her attitude too, but like it's really
East
just hard
Coasty.
for her. And when she had that conversation with Vicky, and they realized that like she's the same age as Vicky's daughter, I was just like,
This is a different generation of housewife now.
This is just a different vibe. But I like Gina and Tamara's friendship. And I like her. I think it's just really hard to go in. That's the first, like, that is the oldest show. I think it's really hard to be a new person on that show. And so you have to be bold and make a statement, but then also it's like, but you have to do it in a way where it's like, you don't ruffle too many feathers. It's hard. It's a delicate, it's a fine line.
It is a fine line, and it's really cool to see like this New Yorker broad come in with like these, classy, like, California ladies. It's like a fish out of water. I like seeing that. That's one of the reasons I really, really like Gina, because you do have to be strong, and she's got that like tough vibe about her, and wears hats and smokes cigars. I'm really looking forward to this season.
However.
Yes. Counterpoint.
Counterpoint. I like a New Yorker, but
Okay.
she is just like, she seems like the SNL version of a New York housewife.
Like a caricature of
right. And
of
it's like
that.
people who are from New York. I mean, I imagined if I ever left New York, I would be like the New Yorker, but it wouldn't be like so stereotypical outward. It would be like just the way I react to things is very New York. Like moving on,
your tough.
Your attitude is New York,
Totally.
not like your physical, your voice. Like
She's
your
crass
voice-
for sure, right?
Yeah, but she's always just talking about being a New Yorker, and it's also like how Cameron's always talking about being blonde and smart.
Right.
Which
Although
we're waiting to see.
I do get the sense, and I don't know this for sure, but I'm sure it's really hard. Gina had to move across country. She thought she was going to be with her husband.
No,
she never sees her husband. Like, she probably really misses New York.
No, and she like puts up with it. Like, she deals with a lot. Those kids.
Oh my gosh. She's 3 of them.
And she's alone. And now they're getting divorced, which is like sad, but I'm glad she has a show like to.
Yeah, she has a good support system,
Yeah.
and Emily has 3 kids as well.
Yeah.
And at least she's not the only new person.
Right. No,
like,
you couldn't
do
have done that to a girl.
No, as a 3 kids, she's a New Yorker, she's completely out of water. Like, you needed to have someone there to also be in her corner. And it's kind of nice to see like 2 newbies together going in. There's a united front there.
And I also think that the way Gina reacted to the Emily's husband thing, she was like, I thought she played it so cool because she was like, I was trying to like minimize it because that's not a good look for you.
Right.
But and then like, so Emily's coming at her being like, at least my husband's there. And she's like, bitch, don't start with me like that. Like, I literally was not going to make a big deal about it. You were the one who went to every girl.
Right.
I feel like when Emily told everyone, she thought everyone would think it was funny because she was like, my husband kicked Gina out because Gina was like, being annoying.
Well, she's loud. I relate. I relate. And there's kids in the house. Like, I actually do relate. Sometimes you don't understand how loud you're being.
And also, when she said that, when she said that, like, my husband kicked Gina out, I didn't think anything was, like, weird at all until all of the women were like,
I can't believe you let your husband talk to her that way. And I was like, I'm sure because he's not on camera that much.
Yeah.
If you have young kids in the house, I've never had a child, but I can only imagine that when they're actually sleeping and they've are quieted down, that's all you want.
Right.
You don't want anyone disturbing this piece of 15 minutes that you can have as a parent. I'm sure that's what happened, and I'm sure that's what he was trying to get across to Gina.
And it seemed like the party was over. He wasn't like, no parties. It was like, the party was over.
Right, it's like
She's
poker night,
still
it happened.
hanging around being loud, go home.
Right, drinking, smoking cigars, like it's just not a good parental situation, understandable.
But I also am not caught up, so like maybe we've seen more of Shane, which is Emily's husband name.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I didn't like feel one particular way or the other about it.
Right.
It felt like just like, get the fuck out. She was being so annoying, even while all the women were there.
Right, yeah. Even
the women were annoyed by her. They left her at the table. So
Yes.
it's like, oh no, you're allowed to be annoyed and like leave her out, but Shane can't tell her to get out.
Yeah, I think it was just like a man and a husband who's not part of the, core group telling this woman. It was very easy to take out of context. I think it was very much like a gender thing.
Yes.
Not being kicked out, right.
Got it. Next up, I want to talk about Dallas because I'm all caught up, and I love this franchise, and
How sweet is Brandy?
oh my God,
Can we just she is so nice.
she is so nice.
They're all really nice, but Brandy is just the little ginger. He's so cute.
Their family is so cute, and like what she did, like I'm so happy for her.
She did it in a week. Like, could you imagine just
Your
being like,
whole life.
your whole life, and then, boom, you have a baby just and who's adorable,
Adorable,
baby.
and it's just like so meant to be. Or
It
like
feels like hers, and
Yes.
she just is taking to the role, and it's so sweet to see. It's so nice.
And I love that Stephanie was the one who brought Bruin into her life because they'll
Yes.
forever, like even no matter what happens with the show, like they will forever be connected by that.
Yeah, and I think that they do have a really, really strong bond anyway.
I agree.
Like there have always been, it's a little bit of Ramonia Sonia where you're just kind of like, yeah, no matter what you go through, we love each other at the end of the day. And
Right.
that makes sense that Stephanie is the one who did that.
Yeah, I'm really just happy I think that just is good for their
What do you
friendship.
think about Leanne Locken's transformation and trying to get more meditative and a little bit calmer and less angry?
I love Leanne Locken. She came on the show once and we just fell in love with her.
She's a great name.
She's coming on next week. And
Oh,
I'm
lovely.
so excited. I'm here for her calming transformation, but I feel like she's either at two extremes. Like she's either, being loud, drinking, up all night, Marie with a knife, or she's going to bed early with her bowl and not really being herself, and and then so she feels like, oh, I was really good, I can now go back to this.
Right.
But there needs to be a this where she's still having fun, drinking, being out with everyone, but just doesn't get to that level, you
Totally.
know? So I don't think she needs to change who she is entirely because I think she's a great girl. I think she's so fun, and I think she is funny and a good friend and has a lot to offer.
Absolutely.
So I feel like she thinks she needs to take all of it away, she needs to shrink her amygdala to this, but she needs to just make it this.
I love that we're talking about, when Carol was like, I have a really large
Hippocampus.
hippocampus. I was like, I don't think anyone really knows what that means.
Right, and apparently she said it wrong anyway. It's
Yeah.
not called that.
Yeah, yes, there's all different I'm sure she probably does have a very large hippocampus. I don't really know and I was a neuroscience major. I don't really know what.
Were you?
Yeah, I was.
Oh my goodness, that actually must come in handy with like the shows because like all the sociological like
I just love psychology of human relationships in general, which is why I work. Honestly, it's probably why I work at Bravo
so do you
because
like
I'm like
look at
fascinated.
things through a different lens like
Well, I look at it from like a scientific lens.
that is so interesting.
That's why I like try and take a step back and have this like intellectual like argument about the Housewives.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, she's just a bitch, or like she's there. I'm like, no. I was like, let's take a look at like the context, the history of everything, and maybe what she's going through in her life. I just love the psychology of that stuff. I read about it all the time.
Oh my goodness.
That's like my like hobby.
Fun fact about you: where'd you go to college?
I went to Lafayette. It's in Easton, Pennsylvania.
Oh, nice.
Not far from the Poconos.
Not far at all.
Not far at all.
Oh, so I feel like it's like similar vibes to Colgate.
It's in the exact same family. We're in the same Patriot League. So Lafayette, Colgate, Bucknell, they're all the same.
I'll see you on the turf.
Yeah, see you on the turf.
Actually, Colgate did something really nice. I read the athletics team, like they gave up all of their hotel, the football team, their hotel, but I don't know if their hotel rooms or their budget for food and travel for the football team, and they're giving it to like all of the people who need to evacuate from Hurricane Florence, which is like, they're such a small school, like the football team, like I don't even know that they have that big of a budget, but it's just like a nice thing to do.
That's a super sweet thing to
Yeah.
do, especially from like a small liberal arts college.
Right, that
you
like
wouldn't-
no one knows about.
Right, that's tiny. Like Lafayette had 2,300 students.
Right.
Like no, my high school was bigger.
Right,
Yeah.
we had 2,700 students, and it's like, they're just doing it from the goodness of their heart because like they're not a school that gets a lot of press, and I think they're probably just like, oh, and we got press. Cool.
Yeah, totally. It's really nice. It's
Yeah.
really sweet.
Shout out to Colgate. I'm visiting in November.
Oh, there you go.
And my 5-year reunion is in June.
I went to mine. It's very weird because you're far enough out where you have your own career and people know what you do, but you're also like that's also kind of a middle stage where like not everyone is like well established yet.
Yeah.
So everyone's still kind of on equal playing field still. Like you're
Right.
still starting out in your career.
It's not like Romeo and Michelle where it's like you have to make up a career.
Right. And like everyone's married with children. Like
Right.
everyone's
And I
still
hope your
in their-
babies look like monkeys.
Right, like everyone's still pretty young and not that many people are married or have children yet.
Right.
10 years is really where it gets
That's what I've heard.
interesting.
Like I feel like 5 years is going to be really fun, and
Yeah.
I'm like literally I cannot wait.
It was fun. I have 2 years until my 10 and it's going to be interesting.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear how it goes.
Yeah, let me know how your 5-year goes.
Okay, Dallas. I feel like we've covered
Yep.
a lot of ground.
Yes.
And it's a great show.
I love
The
it.
relationships are great because at one point it's like everyone's getting along, where's the drama? And then don't worry, the drama always comes.
They found their stride.
Yeah.
The Dallas girls know what's up. They found their stride.
But is there a new housewife this season? I thought I met a new housewife, or maybe it was just a friend of the women when we were at the OK Magazine summer kickoff party.
That I don't know. I don't think so. Not
Okay,
that I've
they don't need it right now.
Yeah, I feel like we're good. I feel like
We're in a really good spot.
Yeah.
Question.
Yes. Answer.
Does Andy know about the toast?
I'm sure Andy knows about the
No,
toast.
we know that Andy, sorry, that was,
He knows about it.
he knows about the toast. To what degree does Andy know about the toast?
I don't think Andy knows every time I go on the toast,
Okay.
but I think he knows who you guys are. Yes. It was funny actually because I always like joke. I'm like, Andy never knows like what I'm doing. Like we were written up in the New York Times, and Anderson Cooper like told him that because I just don't want to. He's so busy or whatever. Not that he does. He always wants to know what I'm doing, but I just feel a little like, hey, by the way, Andy, like I was written up in the New York Times. So he's like, you got to tell me when these things are happening. Like this is great. And he told me the other day, he's like, I listened to you. And I was like, oh no, what did you listen to? Because I always just assume like he's too busy. And he was like, I listened to you on the Comments by Celebs podcast. So he pays attention. Like
Yeah.
he knows what's up. He's very, very knowledgeable.
Okay.
He's on the grind. He knows who you are.
I'm dead.
He has a Jackie O tattoo, his back tattoo, tramp stamp. It's
That-
just your face and then your handle. And that's how you get followers every night. He
Right.
just shows
I'm
it.
like wondering why I'm getting so many followers.
Yeah, it's because of the Andy Cohen tramp stamp.
Love
Duh.
it.
Right.
And he's been on vacation, so he's been like showing it off. you
Oh
know?
yeah, oh totally.
Everyone in Capri has seen.
Oh, everyone in
my
Corfu
face.
was like, yeah, baby. Like, Jackie, oh, all right.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
If Andy was like, Daryn, I want you to be a housewife, like whenever that time, like say
I
you're
think
a
that
housewife.
alone is hilarious. but
Right.
Yeah.
Would you be a housewife, and which franchise would you want to be on?
I would probably want to be, I would hope I'd be wealthy enough to be on Beverly Hills.
Yes.
Like, that's like my goals.
Right.
But I do feel like I'd be in New York.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Jersey girl, but I'm way more of a New Yorker than anything else. Like, I was
Right.
born in New Jersey, so probably New York. I wouldn't be a housewife only because I don't think of myself, like, that's not where I would shine.
Right.
I'm way better sort of observing things like that as opposed to being in the mix, and it would take a lot for me to be so vulnerable to give everything on camera.
Right.
It would be a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my
Okay.
girlfriend would not.
She wouldn't be done.
She probably wouldn't want to be on camera, and you'd have to give up that part of your life and allow it to happen.
Can you more?
So exactly, and
it doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way. You need to really open up every aspect of your life between children and parents and significant others, and I don't think my girlfriend would want that. So I would be hesitant.
Well, that's actually a great segue to our next Bravo development, which is Lala Kent getting engaged.
Yes, so happy for her.
I'm so happy for her. She is someone who came on and she was not understanding that she needed to be open, and now her whole life is so open. Like, her and her man are so fucking cute, and it's so like cute. People can say what they want, but I don't like.
Her Instagram is goals. I mean, granted, everyone's Instagram is goals,
but
and
like
that's
Gotti,
the point. But like, when she got engaged and it was just them at this table with like fireworks over them, I was like, I'm not even into romance, and I was just like, Lala, I love you so much. This is amazing.
I love her so much, and
she's so sweet. She's so nice.
She's so nice. I want them, and she's so cool and funny, and like
she's all about like women empowerment, like supporting other women. I love it.
Totally, and oh my God, I just love her so much, and I feel like she's been through so much this year, and I feel like I mean, I don't know her well enough, but we have lost a parent, so like I just feel like, and knowing that Randall asked her dad for her hand before he passed away, like. Yeah. I'm just so here for them, and I feel like they really, truly are in love. Like,
me too. It doesn't seem like one of those social media relationships, and the whole cast was there to support her. I saw so many Instagrams of like so happy, so happy, so happy, and it's nice to see him like out in public now, because I had to like underground Google search who he was.
He's
like
legit
years ago.
As hell.
Extremely legit. Are you gonna go see her movie, The Row?
Of course.
Okay,
I will literally just sit, I would look at a picture of her for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I mean, as a lesbian, are you kidding? She's everything.
What do you think about the brown hair?
I am into brunettes more than anything else. Present company included. I love gingers. But yeah, I like darker features.
I'm excited to see how it looks on the show, because she always looks like so incredible. Like, I mean,
she's not gonna look bad.
She's one of these people who actually looks better on TV than she does on social media. Is that weird?
Have you ever seen her in person though?
Yes,
because
she's
like
once.
She radiates, and I'm just like, what do you? Like, you are, even without any makeup, she's already a 10. And then the makeup just makes her like a 12. And you're just like, oh, I'm speechless looking at you. Like, literally, I've said to her before, like, can you just hug me and swaddle me? Because this will be the best thing that's ever happened to me. She's like, sure.
Oh my God, she's so cute.
She's beyond cute. She is hot.
Has Vanderpump Rules wrapped filming for this next season?
I think we did wrap filming. It ends usually around the summer.
Yeah, and when like I'm sure Tom opening was like the
big
yeah. Is Randall on the season?
That I don't know. I haven't seen any cuts of anything, so I don't know. I'm sure. Has he ever been on camera with it? I don't think so. I'm sure though we'll talk about the end. Maybe this was like his coming out story.
Maybe you have to wait till next season to really meet him.
Yeah, maybe.
But I'll wait.
I'm never gonna not watch Vanderpump Rules.
And once they get married, odds of her becoming a housewife of Beverly Hills?
Really good question. No idea. Never say never, because that would be the ultimate crossover. I mean, wouldn't that just like you go from like the kid show to like the adult show? It's the American Bravo dream.
It really
That's exactly right. It's the American Bravo dream. That would be an insane crossover. Would be here for it. I would watch it.
I mean, same.
Yeah, obviously. I'm already like sweating over Lala.
Speaking of Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
So last time you were here, you teased that Denise Richards could possibly be a full-time cast member, and now she is. Mm-hmm. I'm curious.
Yes.
Like, did Bravo seek her out? Did she seek this opportunity out?
That I don't know, but I just know that it was like stars aligning type of thing. I mean, certainly if Bravo, I can't really speak for what happened because I'm not involved in that process, but certainly if Bravo's going after someone, you kind of know if you don't want to do it or you do. And she's already friends with some of them, so I'm sure she got like the inside scoop. So I can only imagine that it was like a meeting of the minds and everyone was on board for it. I doubt there was much convincing either way.
Okay.
She's already famous.
You wouldn't need to convince me.
Wealthy and nice.
Well known, and her life is public.
Yeah, so I would imagine you'd only want to do it.
Right, and then you could put your own story out there as opposed to just being Charlie Sheen, crazy man's ex-wife.
Correct, Jackie.
Well, the women just went to the Bahamas.
Yes, they did.
It looked amazing. I'm so excited for this season of Beverly Hills. I can't explain. And Beverly Beach by Dorit was just like thriving there.
Oh my,
absolutely. I love her stuff. I
also love the name.
And I love, yeah.
Like I will say, PK is genius, but like Beverly Beach.
Right, because it's like she's using her Beverly Hills like personality, persona. And it reminds me of like Camp Beverly Hills, like those old shirts that we used to wear.
Totally, but it's like this made up fantasy. Like, who wouldn't want to go to Beverly Beach?
No.
That doesn't sound bad at all.
No, not at all. And the swimsuits are really, really cute.
Yes.
And I just started following Dorit on Instagram, and like I'm team Dorit now, firmly.
I love her.
Which is so crazy. It's so crazy what the show can do, because after the first season,
You hated her.
I could not stand her.
Right. And now sometimes give it time. You never know. Sometimes
Always.
it's one statement that could change people's opinions, or one action, or one this. Like, give it time, let it flower, and then once the season is done, you can really assess how you felt. I go through a mixture of emotions. I go through a Ramona coaster all the time. So, and I'm in it.
Life is a Ramona coaster.
Amen.
Claudia's watching. She just wants to note that Sheena and Brandy brought us from Real Housewives to Beverly Hills to Vanderpump Rules.
Yes, they did.
So Lala and Rando will bring us, and then it would come full circle.
Full circle. That's right, actually. Good
Imagine if Vanderpump Rules is then segueing to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
And then they go on a yacht, and then they're on below deck, and like we really hit every single franchise.
Right, and then like the servers from Vanderpump Rules are serving on the yacht.
Yes.
There should be like a...
And then the chef is like Tom Colicchio.
Right.
So it's like, oh my God, this is just Bravo's dream of just everything going on. It's a Bravo
and the
orgasm.
food is judged by Padma.
Padma can judge me all day. I am here for that as well.
Wait, I was just going to ask you, was there ever talk of doing like a Real Housewives All-Star show?
Yeah, I think, Battle of the Network reality stars was something actually Andy had his hand in back when that was in that. And people are always talking about, like, if you were stuck on an island, you had 5 housewives, like, who would you take? So that's always kind of been in the ether. I don't really know what that would look like, because they represent their cities in their own way, and I don't really know
it would be like a game show, like putting them all in a house together. Like,
that feels a little weird and uncomfortable, like Jersey and Beverly Hills, or Beverly Hills and Potomac. It just doesn't necessarily drive.
Maybe they could all go on vacation together.
Yes, but separate but equal.
Yes.
Separate but equal.
Speaking of housewives doing other shows, I actually just caught Kim Richards on Marriage Boot Camp.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I think it like just premiered. I don't know. I was watching something and it went like right into it. I couldn't even stop it.
Bravo's everywhere.
Bravo is everywhere, and I can't believe Kim Richards is back on TV.
I know. Well, good for her. I hope that she's healthy and happy and doing her thing.
Agreed. One more thing I wanted to ask you about. We were talking about Play-by-Play, the new Bravo show.
Yeah.
We have Jerry O'Connell coming on next week, so we're going to ask him more.
He's great. He's the nicest.
So I'm really excited to see the format of this show, because it's like 4 real men that watch Bravo, but apparently you can't say that anymore. But I will continue to until I get an earful that changes my mind.
Of course.
Because for now it's just like real men watch Bravo, real women watch Bravo. Fake women watch Bravo.
People watch Bravo. Just like human beings watch Bravo.
So what's the format going to be? Is it going to be like a sports version, like the breakdown, like we need like instant replays? Like
like a telestrator technology. Like, whoa, Shannon comes out of left field and does this. Less, it's definitely a wink to sports, and it's definitely a nod to like an ESPN type vibe, and certainly going like what they think. It's very opinion based. It's guys talking about Bravo. We're gonna have a couple correspondents. It's super funny.
That's
the commentary
hilarious.
is great. It's just fun to see guys comment on Bravo, because you don't really realize how many men really watch it. My whole family watches it. Like every time we got together for Rosh Hashanah, and they were like, "So tell me about like Below Deck Med." And I was like, "You're like my 50-year-old uncle. Like, what are you doing?" He's like, "I know, but I really need to know." It's a phenomenon. It's gonna be a great show, and Jerry
he's great.
He's leading it, and he's great.
And I love that he really is like Claudia and I, just like a wealth of Bravo knowledge.
Yes.
It's not enough to just watch the shows. Like, you have to get all of the references. Like, you need to be able to drop legal jargon at the drop of a hat. Like,
totally.
So
these men are very well versed in all things Bravo. Like, they would combat you and Claudia for sure. Like, they would be amazing. I would love to see a point counterpoint between the two.
I mean, if anyone can set it up, it's you.
Yeah.
What happened to the Summer by Bravo commercials?
Those ended a few years ago. They were there when I first started, and we all love them. I think, it's really hard to schedule a lot of Bravo celebrities together. We have a lot of people that we have to do, and they're huge budgets. And we stopped those campaigns, but we all, they're our favorite of everyone around us. Like, we love them. Yeah.
And I feel like it starts a lot of drama, like, within the cities, because it's like, it's like who gets invited to sit in with Andy at the New Friends.
Yeah, exactly. Like, who's sitting next to Andy?
Who's first string housewife?
Who gets to play with him at camp? That's what it is. Whose team is he on at Camp Toast?
He's the Grand Marshal.
He is the Grand Marshal,
for
yes,
sure.
of
like,
course.
we're playing in his name and his honor.
He's the ringleader. Right,
Totally.
He's at the circus, and he's the ringleader, right.
Also, Lala and Randall, just getting back to them, I meant to ask you, they're going to be on Flipping Out, right? On a home decor show, I heard.
Yes, I think so. I don't know. I don't know if that's true, but I'm gonna have to check with my sources, and I'll obviously get back.
Well, that would be just an exciting way to see them together. And like, I can understand him not wanting to go on Vanderpump Rules. Like, he's a legit producer, but like being on, you know, a show about renovating your home, it's like everyone's
That does
doing
make
it.
sense, yeah. And they probably have like a gorgeous home, and like
And yeah,
it's amazing. And I'm
so
so
happy.
jealous. I'm happy. I mean,
I'm jealous.
yeah, both.
But like, she's just like a phenom of a woman, you know?
Isn't she? Isn't Lala? Call me. She's probably watching.
She probably is,
Yeah.
or like her friend is watching and is gonna like tell her to call you.
Yeah.
That's how it works with the host. Like everyone is a friend. Or,
It's 6 degrees of separation over here. Like a friend of a friend always has something. Of course. Of course.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I'm
Thanks
sorry
for
this
having
show
me.
went so long.
Are you kidding? I love being here with you.
This was so fun. Thank you for dropping.
I'm glad Claudia's a degenerate, so I could cut, because I know she's watching. Claudia, you're a degenerate. Coming here so I could take over the helm.
Right, and as much as Hurricane Florence is really destroying a lot,
Yeah.
it brought us together today.
It did bring us together today.
Silver
Happiness all
lining.
around. Yes. Thanks for having me.
Anyways, I hope everyone has a great weekend. Where can everyone follow you?
At Carpe Daryn, CarpeDaryn. Follow me on Instagram, all social. Listen to my podcast, Martinis and Murder on Oxygen.
Sounds good. Also,
Yeah.
people want me to ask about Jeff drama.
Yeah, there's
I
a lot
don't-
of Jeff, Jenny drama with flipping out, and that's still kind of unfolding right now because I guess they had a huge falling out.
No.
And Jeff was talking about it in his radio show. It's still kind of in the works, so I'm hopefully we'll have more information the next time I come on
Got
the
it.
show.
Like the dust will have settled.
Yes,
You'll know what
there's,
side you're on.
There's too many things going on right now that I haven't decided what is happening.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And it's no need.
Yeah,
take sides
but
right now.
there was a falling out. There was a big
Interesting.
falling out between them.
I'm not up on it, but now I'll have to be.
Yeah, no, pay attention.
Pay attention, please.
Pay attention.
I can. So many references on today's show. I'm like so annoyed.
We're really hitting everything today.
Totally.
We're really hitting everything.
Anyways, everyone have a fantastic weekend. We will be back on Monday. Co-host TBD, might be Snitch, might be someone else. And we will see you then. You can always follow me at Jackie O Problems. And now I have to go home and wait for my table to be delivered. I'm so excited. And my groceries, it's a big day for me.
This is a huge day for you. This
Yeah.
is a big day.
Oh my God, and I told you the story before, and now I have to tell it because we've been talking about Housewives the whole time. I went to a restaurant last night,
Yeah.
and the waiter comes to our table, and he's like, "Hi, I'm Giovanni. I'll be your server tonight."
You were like,
And I was like,
what did you say?
I was like, I was like, I have to drink. He said Giovanni. Anyways, then he comes back to take our order. I'm like, by the way, like, did you say your name was Giovanni? And he
Yeah.
was like, yeah. He's like, it's Italian. I was like,
You're like, I'm aware.
do you watch Real Housewives of New York? He was like, I haven't been. He's like, I used to watch, but not
Yeah.
really anymore. I'm like, has no one told you Giovanni? Has no one screamed Giovanni at you in the streets? He was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, oh my God, like,
You
I'm
should
shook.
Instagram him, and then that way everyone in the streets would have been like, Giovanni!
I really wanted to, but like my phone, it was like dying, and I was like, I just looked like a beast, so I wasn't gonna even. But anyways, it was just so crazy. There is a server in Flatiron at Beau's Kitchen and Bar named Giovanni.
Go
so
there and yell
just
Giovanni.
start screaming Giovanni.
Yeah, he's
Giovanni, by the way, I think is the best thing to. Well, it's definitely the best thing to come out of this season, like inside jokes wise.
Totally.
And I'm just like,
It's like, clip.
as much as Dorinda was definitely heckling and being a bad friend, like she was being a good castmate.
Oh my God.
She was being a good worker.
I can't say Giovanni outside of just yelling. Like, even if I saw him, I'd be like, Giovanni! I could never not say it that way.
No,
it's so good.
I was at a show, like a dinner and a show thing, and they were wearing all these glitzy dresses, and I was just like, Giovanni.
So good. Ugh.
Oh my gosh.
Housewives bring people together.
Always. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being a toaster. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, podcast. We are now on Spotify, so
Yes.
hopefully we're in your release radar today. And we will see you here on Monday. Good day.
Good day.